Hello everyone, and welcome back to Friday's lesson and some of our final thoughts for this week. We learned that the curse of sin brings with it death. We learned that when human beings were created, we were not created with an immortal soul that goes off to some supernatural place when we die. The truth is, we're made from the dust of the earth, and it took the breath of God to bring that dust back to life. And when it did, we became living souls. We die and we return to the dust of the earth, and our breath, well, it returns to God. In the grave, we have no memory, and we have nothing to do with anything that happens here on planet Earth. We don't know God in death, and we certainly don't worship Him from the grave. When we die, we sleep. The problem is, there are people who've bought into the idea of Satan's lie. You will surely not die. For these people, they believe that humanity was created with an immortal soul that departs when the body, well, when it dies. They believe that some souls go to some sort of paradise and eternal bliss, while others go to a place of, well, eternal torment. We learned that the danger in this belief is that Satan will often exploit this belief and use it to deceive people into believing his lies. That in fact, Satan is going to use this very deception to convince people that their loved ones have returned from heaven with a message that God's commandments were done away with. We also learned that because of the cross of Jesus, we have a way out of the grave. That right now, Jesus, our high priest, is involved in a pre-Advent judgment where he's evaluating and determining who is saved and who is lost, so that at the second coming, he will know exactly who to take home. We also learned that God is going to give us 1,000 years to examine his character of love, to look at the record books and to see that God was there all along and he was determined to save us. That if anyone is lost, it's not because God wanted it, but because people chose it. And at the end of time, on the great day of God's executive judgment, he will present to everyone the cross of Christ. For some, it will be the symbol of their salvation, and for the lost, a symbol of their rebellion and the rejection of God's offer of salvation. In the end, two groups will be consumed by glory and by love. One group will spend eternity living forever in the source of that glory and love, and the other will spend eternity in the grave. The difference between these two groups was that one used their free will to love Jesus, and the other used their free will to reject him. Jesus said, "I put before you life and death. Please choose life." And how do we do that? It's simple. We choose it by choosing Jesus. Well, that was our nugget for this week. Please take a moment this Sabbath, go to your local Sabbath school class, share with them some of the things you've learned, and we wish you all a happy Sabbath, and we'll see you next week.